So we continue on question number 3. You are enrolled in a math course this semester. The pie chart shows the math successful completion information for all students registered in courses like Math 1342. Statistics based on students' identified gender. All right, so this is a real piece of data, guys. This is really amazing, and you can find this on the EPCC Power BI website. This was collected in December. So this is what we mean here by the source. So remember, before you go in to answer questions, students often ignore the most important thing, which is the data. So let's look at those, or let's highlight those key ideas. The title. Title tells us everything. What is this graph going to be about? We look for axes. In this case, we don't have an axis, but what we do have is a key. The key is right here. It tells us what this graph is about. And the most important thing is I want you to create that sentence. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to think, okay, this graph is about math successful completion. So those people who are successful, who are passing the class. And this is divided into gender. So we have females and males. So we have 55% of females and 45% are males that are passing this class. I feel that I'm ready to put my sentence together. So a sentence, I would just pick a point. In this case, there's only 2 points. So I'm going to pick females. So I'm looking at this slice and I'm going to say something like 55% of the people passing this class are female. So that's my sentence. To me, I feel like I understand and I'm ready to move forward to the questions. What percent of female students successfully completed math? Ooh, see how neat that was? Because that was the sentence I had given myself. So 55% of female students successfully completed math. What percent of male students successfully completed math? Now, where do we look for that data? So here's the males, and so we have 45%. And I know sometimes I want to say, I'm not going to write out this whole sentence, but really, guys, it helps your vocabulary, it helps your writing, it helps your comprehension, it helps everything. Based on the pie chart, what gender was most successful in completing math? Ooh, I like this one. So, most successful. What are we looking for? We're looking for the biggest slice. Which one's the biggest slice? The biggest slice is the females. So, females were more successful. D, if there were 10,000 students that answered this survey, how many are male? Oh, this is beautiful. This is actually one of the first, I would say, kind of math-y questions we get. Everything else has been an observation. And I want you to know that statistics, Math 1342, is a lot about observing. It's about reading, it's about observing, it's about understanding, and it's a little less about intense formulas. But if there's formulas, I'm going to be here to guide you, okay? So the total is 10,000 students. If there were 10,000 students that answered this survey, how many are male? So we want to say 45%. I'm looking at the females. 45% of 10,000 students. That's literally the question. What is 45% of 10,000 students? And then I can actually make this into a math equation. I'm going to put it off to the side here. And so we're going to do 45%. I'll guide you through that in a little bit. 45% of, here's a math concept, this is going to be multiplication. So you can use the little dot, or you can use the times, or you can use the parentheses. Okay, now one more thing we got to do. So the only thing I kind of focused on was that of. Another thing that we got to do is we got to take this and do 0.45. 0.45 of 10,000. And man, this was a little bit of a difficult question for your first day, but we're going to get more practice like this. So 0.45 of 10,000. If you don't know this ideas, like, oh, I didn't know I had to turn that into a decimal, you're going to see more practice of this, okay? So this is just kind of an introduction. So we're going to take our calculator, and I love Desmos. I'm going to give you a short tour of Desmos later. So I'm going to take 0.45, and then I'm going to multiply, because that's what I said we were going to do, 10,000. Okay, so we're going to have 4,500. So I'm going to answer my sentence over here. 4,500. Actually, let me write it down. So we had 4,500. I don't know why I put money there. Students are male, according to the survey. Well, that answered the survey, actually. All right. Identify interesting features in the pie chart. Look for big ideas instead of individual entries. This one's a little bit intense to say big ideas because there's really only two ideas. There's the fact that there's females are being more successful at passing their course over males. So I think that's a big idea. And like I mentioned, there's not too many categories, so that's a hard big idea. But let's put that. Females are showing more success in math classes at EPCC. Like I mentioned, this is a true fact here at EPCC. We gathered this from our statistical data here at EPCC. All right, so I tried 3, and so you get to try 4. Remember, look for those big ideas. Study your title first. Look at the axes or the categorical data. Create a sentence for yourself, then go in and answer those questions.